Hey everybody, making a quick update here. So I finally got these guys, found the motivation to get these guys painted, and they're all done now. Pretty happy with how they came out. A lot of these guys were scrap bin Boyz, which required a lot of stripping and stuff, so there's some distortion in the plastic from where the previous person glued the crap out of them, but you know, they're orcs, you're not really going to notice them on the table like that. And so this should finish off my last 2 units of Boyz. I went through and inventoried everything, made sure I had everything, and I do. So now I have 29 Goth Slugger Boyz with the option of either a Power Claw or a Big Choppa Knob. I haven't counted these guys yet. Let's get these guys out. So we got 1, 2, and I have all of my Shooter Boyz with the options of either 3 shooters or 3 rockets each. I've got 1 unit with an extra boy in case I don't want to run a knob in it. Just make sure I've got all 30 of these guys. Now that I've added the last 5, I should be, from what I remember, but you know, I could always make a mistake. So yeah, I'm pretty happy I was able to actually get these guys done in a reasonable amount of time. Let's actually sat down and did them. I just love the Evil Sons guys. They like how they come out. In my army of Blood Axe, I'm not really too worried about it. Perfect, 29 sluggers, and then I got a Big Choppa Knob and a Power Claw Knob. Great. Great. So now I do in fact have 6 full units of 30 Boyz. Might have to put them on the table just to say I did it once. But I'm still kind of digging on the Dred Mob. In fact, I have these guys out of the way. Nice thing about orcs, you can just kind of do this. I should say, nice thing about Tister's Dull Coat, you can do this. Oh, look at this. More cans, that's right. Time to expand out the Dred Mob. So, I've decided to try a Morkanaut this week. So, this week's battle report, I'm going to replace the Gorkanaut with a Morkanaut. Which allows me to drop one of the KFF mechs, because the Morkanaut will be providing the KFF instead of the mech itself, which is dangerous because it could be a primary target, resulting in losing my KFF entirely, which you know, I hadn't actually accounted for. But I'm going to have 12 cans on the board. And 2 custom mega cannons, 4 lavas, and the kill tank. So hopefully the Morkanaut won't be, especially since the Morkanaut doesn't shoot a lot, it shouldn't be a high priority target. But we'll see. It depends on how smart the opponent is. Because I can always get the other KFF mech out of the kill tank and provide the shield that way. So what I'm going to do instead is have a Weird Boy with Warpath to give extra attacks to the Morkanaut or the cans or whatever. So we're going to have a Weird Boy and the Warbanner Knob hiding in the Morkanaut, and moving up with everything else. So I did have to drop the Dreadnoughts to fit that all in. So I've just got the mech guns, 2 KMKs, the Morkanaut for the KFF. 6 cans with rockets, 6 cans with bazookas, 4 lavas, 15 commandos, not with Warbanner, and the kill tank. That's my whole 2,000 point list. It's not a lot of models, but there is a ton of wounds. Just a ton of wounds. So, we'll see how that goes. And that gives me a chance to deny a psychic power once the Weird Boy jumps out. So that's what we're working on right now. So the next thing I have to do with these guys, I did magnetize these guys, matched up the old cans, which I worked on many, many years ago. Make sure I matched them up. So I got two. I need to build two Gradzuka arms here. So I got the big shooter arm and the Scorcha arm, which I need to finish converting into Gradzukas. It shouldn't be a big deal. I just have to do it. And I said these things are actually be on the table, so you will see this list on this week's battle report. So that's really all I got to say. I'm happy I was able to get those guys done. These guys, actually, my cousin gave these to me on Saturday, so I built them right away, and they're already primed. It's a couple days later, so didn't take me very long, because I want to get these things on the board. And I also have a 100 power level tournament at the end of the month, which I'm going to, which I will, of course, be taking the Dred Mob to. And as opposed to 2,000 points, it's actually going to be 100 power level, which is interesting. And there's also going to be no Forge World, so the kill tank's going to have to stay at home. But for now, we'll try the Morkanaut this week, see how it goes. I might end up liking it more, since, to be honest, the Morkanaut never really did much damage in shooting anyway, because it was hitting on 5, and this way everything else in the army is still hitting on 4s. Which can take some people by surprise if you don't realize that your entire army is one ballistic skill better than they're used to. So that's all for this update. Oh, so, and then what I'm going to do now that I've got all these guys done, I'm going to repaint the base rims on these guys. Because I do base rims colors. So like here, like my Evil Sons have Mephiston red base rims. Both units, I have a Shooter Boy and a Slugger Boy Evil Sons unit, both of which have red base rims. I've got one with Graveyard Earth. Everything else is black, so I need to paint these guys to differentiate the units a little better. And these guys are just going to be not Xandri Dust, but same color I use on the stripes. It's Rekar Flesh, this one. So, and that leaves me 2 other units. Probably which I have to come up with one more basic rim color for that last one. So that's it. That's this update. Probably rambled a little bit more than I was expecting to, but I'll see you later.